of their teams, and they survive due to the fact that they've not got that fear of relegation, because it's all about licences in rugby league.
Well, it's that motivation really to build a good team, and it does lack ambition, because if there's relegation, it's like, right, you've got to keep growing your team to be able to at least stay away from relegation and build towards Europe.
Well, that's one of the great things about any Premier League season. It's the relegation fight at the end.
I mean, yeah,
especially when your team's not in it.
Anyone can go down. I mean, like Newcastle went down a few years ago.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Damien Duff.
Damien Duff,
what he was doing. I was there. Thank you very much.
Saw you on Sky, crying.
I did not cry. Someone else at the back of the stand cried, but I didn't. And he got started on by a Brummie. That's
okay. Different story. We've really gone off Tory there. We've really gone off story. And 9 minutes in, and here we go. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's sponsored by sportingviewpoint.co.uk. It is now time for Dale Harris's Joke of the Week. And Dale, this week, you're going to be introducing it because I've just said it. Dale Harris with
Joke of the Week. What's wrong with that? Oh, well, anyway, I decided to try and get an interview with Tim Henman, and they're making rude signs to me, but I'm the ultimate professional. And I said to Tim about an interview, and he said, maybe, I might give you an interview, I might not. I said, okay, Tim, the ball's in your court.
Awful.
And with Roland Garros coming up as well on May the 28th.
He's trying to make it topical, but it's still a worthy line for me to say. I apologise for you listening to that. I hope you were doing something productive. Maybe you were enjoying the hot weather. Maybe you were sat inside listening to this, wasting your time.
Don't. We're not.
Literally, I'm not talking about the whole podcast. The rest of it's top notch. It's a perler.
Wow.
But listening to that was a schoolboy error. And ladies and gentlemen, we might as well get this out of the way as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Because ladies and gentlemen, he's warming them vocal cords up. He's doing the and the R's.
Sorry.
Fabulous. It is now time for Jack Elliott with Accent of the Week.
Would you be offended if I said you were the absolute personification of perfection?
Wow, I'm actually... And do you know what? I'm actually going to clap at that. That were actually quite good. And he didn't give it away. That's the big one.
I nearly did just then.
You will now.
No.
So, Jack, 3 options. And please don't make it too obvious.
Suffolk, Oxbridge, or Kent.
Well, I won't know that either. Anyway, yeah, so if you
I don't know how to reply to this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No one listens to this anyway.
No.
Oh, mate.
Their partner is dying.
It's a good thing we got the NHS, isn't it?
Could make some comments there, but anyway, that's the point.
Yep.
When I will just say though, if you do reply, you will this week get a follow from at the Bloody Far.
Well, we haven't talked about it yet. Is the dramatic Champions League final?
Oh, of course, yeah, fantastic.
I mean, against Chelsea, with Chelsea coming from behind, Didier Drogba stole the show, and his last kick for Chelsea wins the UEFA Champions League.
Well, what a perfect way to go. And I will just make a point. We'll be touching on this next episode. Didier Drogba was mocked by fans as he carried the Olympic torch through Swindon today.
Yeah, I was just going to mention
That's the point that we'll be talking about in the next podcast about the Olympics. We've got some... But I think for Drogba, leaving on the high was... And that is a fairy tale way to go.
There's no point in him staying after that.
I thought it was... Sorry, I was just... Go on, what were you going to say?
No, go on, Jack.
I thought it was interesting that he said he would have stayed if Chelsea hadn't have won the Champions League.
I think this is a point. I know I've been getting some feedback on Twitter. The question I asked was... Would you rather win the Champions League if it meant Abramovich pulled the money out? Because one rumour that I had heard, and it seems to have died down now, was that if Chelsea had won the Champions League, Abramovich would have won everything. Now he's got to focus on the Russia 2018 bid, and I've been told that in the next 2 to 3 years he is looking to leave the club. Now,
well, that's not what you said earlier was Chelsea fans, would they rather win the Jack, you answer this one. Would Chelsea fans rather win the Champions League and lose Didier Drogba, or lose the Champions League and keep Drogba? I thought it was a pretty stupid
win
question.
the Champions League every day of the week. Because Champions League, that's silverware. They've
never won.
You're shaking your head at me.
Because
what
no,
for?
I said that point due to a fan who sent me a tweet saying,
Didier Drogba's getting old as well.
Yeah, well, they're stupid saying
should
that.
I get the tweet up?
It's
I
not.
won't.
It's
Well, to
not
be
like
honest,
they've won
whoever
20
this guy
Okay,
is,
okay.
I think he's wrong.
Didier Drogba is a legend for this club. I would rather keep Drogba for the next 5 years than win the Champions League. And that was a fan on Twitter. I'm not. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, as Shaggy would say.
It's an
but
interesting view, but
It's a
I think he's
pointless
wrong.
view.
Who is this guy?
turned it off now.
Oh, don't. Let's not name and shame him.
Yeah,
they
let's
won't
not.
be listening.
No.
But it's ridiculous. Why? If someone said to me, if
yeah.
you win the Champions League next year, we won't be in it. It'll be Liverpool, but you lose Steven Gerrard, I'd say fine.
Also, about the Champions League final, as in just remember, whilst we were watching the game at the Old Ball, was a guy there in a Tottenham shirt. He must have been feeling awful after Chelsea won, and I think quite rightly so, because I think Tottenham were cheated out of the Champions League.
Can I just say a little bit of breaking news?
Yep.
Steve Harper of Newcastle United has been released.
Really?
That don't surprise me.
That
Doesn't surprise me, actually.
He said really.
Yeah, but then I thought,
Right, okay.
That's a rarity.
man with the record for most consecutive substitute appearances, Steve Harper.
But I can't believe he hasn't left before,
Yeah,
because he's always been
getting on.
second. He was second fiddle to Shea Given for about 10 years, and
True.
then it was like
And then he thought he got his chance, and then
he got injured.
Tim Krul. Well, he got injured and then.
I mean, it was a bit cruel on
He does-
Harper, but
he does.
You know what? The moment Shea left, I think
Yeah.
Harper thought it was a given that he'd get a first team appearance.
All right.
It's pun o'clock at Blardy Blah. It's pun o'clock.
Anyway, I mean, he does think an interesting thing. Steve Harper said once. He said, that 1998 final with Manchester United. If Newcastle had have won that winner's medal would have been the first thing you'd have seen if he'd gone into his house.
Oh, God.
And I've got something wrong, haven't I?
No, I have.
All right, okay.
Well,
I
they did-
have.
but they didn't
'Cause
win
I'll,
it.
I'll just say.
But he's hidden it away somewhere. It's under his floorboards, and because it's a runners-up medal, he doesn't get it out or anything.
I
Okay.
just
wonder
thought-
why
Oh,
guys
can I,
do
can, I,
something
can
like
I just
that.
very
Yeah, go
quickly
on.
make the point? Steve Harper's contract has expired, but he is in talks regarding a new
Oh.
one. So his contract has run out, so technically he's a free agent today,
Right.
but he might be a Newcastle United player tomorrow.
But why?
I know.
Unless Krul's leaving, I don't see the point.
But especially but Fraser Foster,
Fraser Foster, yeah.
is on his way to Celtic. I am being told that is
Is that a
something
loan or?
it's a permanent deal. He's been online for the past
Yeah, I know.
2 years.
But as in, are they extending the loan?
No,
Right.
it says permanent on my phone.
All right.
Anyway, highlight of the week, Del Harris.
Well, at Twickenham, despite what Sky say, the big match at Twickenham this weekend.
I thought you were talking about a game last weekend. I was going to say I could talk about that.
Oh no!
But that wouldn't be highlight of the week, would it? It'd be highlight of last week.
Anyway,
Well, yeah, shall I carry on?
yep, go on.
Well, despite what Sky say, 'cause obviously they're not showing the match. It's on the ESPN. It's the Aviva Premiership final. Leicester Tigers against Harlequins. Harlequins finished top, but Leicester, after an early season struggle, have fought back. They got to second. Both teams edged out their semi-final opponents in the final. Two best teams in the league this season. Should be a cracking game, especially as what happened at the Stoop a few weeks ago when the Tigers won in an outstanding match. Best match I've seen in years.
So
Well,
who do you think will win that then, Dale?
I think it'd be a close. You never know if that's the Tigers in finals. They're a bit hit and miss. So I'd like to say Tigers, but it's too close to call in my opinion. Tom.
Well, I think this adds something to rugby union. Although I did say that I'd love it to go to the Premier League format in terms of football, in terms of the rugby union, the final day, this Saturday, I can't wait. Honestly, but it is the two best teams in my opinion of the season. These two teams are the two teams who I think they deserve this. So I can't wait, and I think the Harlequins are going to just miss out. I think Leicester Tigers, they've got that experience.